Welcome to Undiet Your Coaching Practice podcast. I'm Stephanie Dozier, clinical nutritionist, certified intuitive eating counselor, and creator of the Going to Beyond the Food method. And after a 25-year dieting career, I decided to say hell no to diet culture and undiet my life, which also included my coaching practice. I'm on a mission to help all coaches undiet not only their life, but their coaching business. If you want to throw down diet culture, you're in the right place. Let's do this. Hello, my dear colleagues, and welcome back to the Undiet Your Coaching Practice podcast. I hope you're doing well. Today is going to be an episode where I'm going to take you in the behind the scene of our non-diet coach training that is upcoming in May 2022. And I'm going to share with you the 4 simple steps to get more paying client in your coaching practice. And I'm going to take you through all the curriculum of the 5-day training event. And I just want to say, this is an epic curriculum. I just built it about a week ago, and I don't know how I'm going to cram all of this in 1 hour per day. So if you don't know yet, we are hosting a live training event. It is the first time in 3 years that I'm hosting an event of such magnitude in my professional training. I've just finished hosting one with Undiet Your Life, my client business, and it was so powerful. If you're not doing those live training events in your own business, I think you should attend a 5-day training just to learn how to do that. These are so powerful because it allows you to get in front of your client and to show them what you're made of as a coach and what you're all about, not just in a 5-second reel on Instagram or a 250-word posts on Facebook. You actually get to interact for like 3, 4, 5 hours with people. So powerful. So I'm hosting one of those for you guys, but all coaches, health entrepreneur, professional that are either practicing currently in a non-diet coaching space. So we're talking here intuitive eating coach, body image coach, nutritionist, dietitian, therapist, social worker, fitness professional, anyone who is interacting specifically with people identified as women in the spectrum of diet culture. So this event is going to bring all of us together, which is live, by the way. If you're listening to this podcast at the end of April, the Facebook group is open and we're already interacting together. There's about 50 of us in the Facebook group right now, and I'm expecting it to double, if not more, by the time we start the big 5-day training on May the 9th, 2022. And we're interacting. I'm doing some live coaching. I'm doing some workshop. There's all kinds of stuff going on. You should really be in there. If you're going to attend it, be in there right now because there's a lot going on. So here's what I want to do with you. Today, I'm going to take you through the curriculum of what we're going to cover in this training for 2 main reasons. For those of you who have yet to join, to understand what we're going to do. And then 2, for those of you who cannot join, hopefully what I'm going to go through today will help you understand the gap that may be present in your business or in your coaching with your client and kind of give you some direction as to where you need to go to fill that gap, or what do you need to read? What do you need to subscribe to? Perhaps starting to think about how you can invest into a coaching program to help you fill these gaps in training. So I'm going to go through day 1 just to give you kind of an understanding how I'm going to flow. And I'm going to quickly after that go through day 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the intention of this event is to help you understand the 4 simple steps you need to do every day in order to get paying client. In other words, how to attract clients that are ready to stop dieting and that want to pay for coaching. How to sell and market coaching program with integrity, and how to become confident as a non-diet coach in order to impact thousands of people via your successful coaching business. And there's 4 simple steps to do that. Number 1 is belief in yourself as a coach. 2 is believing in the amazingness of your program. 3 is believing in your future clients' possibility. Such a big one. And then 4th is believing in the non-diet approach. So on day 1, we're going to cover what you need to know, what you need to work on in order to believe in yourself as a coach. And the reason why I start with that on day 1 is because that's the number 1 question we get every year when we do our customer service survey with professional. We are listening to you and creating day 1, and we give it to you right away on day 1 because it appears that is the number 1 gap for you. And when we think about being confident as a coach, to believe in ourselves as a coach, what I find when I get into the training is that there's a grave misunderstanding of what confidence is. And it is the same misunderstanding that I face with client and body image. We globally think of confidence as this space where we're going to get where we'll no longer feel self-doubt. And that's not the case. You see, confidence is actually being able to feel self-doubt and to keep moving forward. And I think this misunderstanding, I know in the case of body image, is coming from diet culture and patriarchy. And in the spectrum of business, specifically for women, I see it coming from patriarchy as well, right? We're not supposed, as women living in a patriarchal system, to run business. We're not supposed to be confident. And so the narrative we have in our mind is that we will only be good enough or confident enough when we don't feel self-doubt. And that's where we go on. So we keep waiting and waiting and waiting. And we're like, well, it's not coming. I still feel fear. I still feel self-doubt. And I'm here behind you to say that's normal. That nothing has gone wrong. Now you need to learn the skill set, the emotional intelligence to be able to feel the doubt and the fear and to keep moving forward. That's what we're going to do on day 1. We're going to redefine confidence. And then we're going to redefine coaching. The last episode, 43, that we put out on the podcast, I explained to you the difference between consulting and coaching. And because most health coaching certification, most professional training program like mine as a nutritionist, we were not given the right understanding of coaching. And I think that's part of what's holding us back is we're trying to practice the way we were trained, and we're coming to the non-diet world with intuitive eating and body image with very intellectual approach as we were trained, and we're hitting a wall. Because intuitive eating and body image is not an intellectual problem. It's something we need to embody. It senses within us. So we need to be able to coach at that level. So that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to explain to you how to do that in order to help you believe in yourself more as a coach, to be able to be confidently pitching your program face-to-face or on social media so that you can have more paying client. On day 2, we're going to talk about why it's so crucial that we believe in the amazingness of our program, of our offer, in order to sell it to our future client. Our level of belief in our program will determine the ease for the client to say yes. And often when we come to believing in our program, we think, just like diet culture trained us, that the determining factor for us to believe in our program is other people. That we need to put people through our program. We need to have clients' testimonial to prove to ourselves that our program is amazing. And I'm here to tell you, this is not how you're going to increase the belief in your program. You will increase the belief in your program with the rule of 3. The rule of 3 to sell with integrity. I'm going to teach you that rule of 3. I'm going to give you one hint. I'm not going to give you everything because I still want people who come in the training and pay $47 to get into the training to get something special. But the first element of the rule of 3 is safety. Your program needs to be safe. And for the program to be safe, you need to be safe, meaning that you have to have experience what you're selling. So you are personally fully on board that your program is working because you've done it on you. It's the path that you've done in your own journey with food and body image, and you are the product of your product. When you create a program that you personally are the product of that program, there's a separate podcast episode on this, you will feel safe. You will have certainty that your program works. And that will show up in your level of confidence in your program. The other thing we're going to talk about is the misunderstanding that many professional and coaches have, that they, as a coach or the professional, are responsible for their clients' results. And that's not the case. Your client are responsible for creating the result that they want. And if you understand through the coaching framework how they are responsible, it will help you be more confident in your own program. So that's day 2. Day 3, we're going to talk about believing in your client. And in the intro, I said it's so crucial. It's because when you're going to show up and talk to people, either face-to-face or on social media, you need to believe it's possible for the person in front of you to come into your program, to work with you, and to get the result you promise. Because remember, clients are responsible for creating the result in their life. I'm going to give you a hint here. Client hire us for us to hold the belief space for them until they can believe themselves. Just like when people hire me to help with their training as a professional, help build their business, I have at the beginning to hold the space for you that it's possible for you to build the business or to become a non-diet coach because you're not quite 100% sold yet. In a way, you borrow my belief and my courage until you start fully believing in yourself and your own possibility. You know, that's the foundation of coaching. People hire us. I say coaching is very simple. People hire us to get from point A to point B. In our case, in the non-diet space, people are food restrictor and they hire us to become food freedom people or intuitive eater. Right now, they are not an intuitive eater, but they've listened to you. They've read your program. They're like, I could do this. I could do this. They go and have a consultation with you. You hold the belief that it's possible for them because you're convinced, you yourself, that your program is amazing, that you have the coaching ability to get them to point B. They borrow your belief and your courage until perhaps session 2, 3, 4, or 5, however long your program is, until they start seeing the change for themselves. They're like, oh my God, this is working. And then they start seeing and believing in their own possibility. But that gap, just before selling, just before the consultation, to the first few session, you need to believe in them. And I'm going to talk about marketing in day 3, because marketing, when you want to market your program with integrity in an ethical way, it is done from that place of belief. So when your marketing feels yucky and sleazy, it's likely because you're missing day 1, day 2, and day 3. Believe in yourself, in your program, and in them. So when you come to the front talking about your stuff, you're like, in the back of your head, you're like, I don't know, I'm not sure. And that shows up in your marketing. So I'm going to give you 4 rules. I don't like the word rules. 4 ways for you to think about marketing in order for it to feel easy. And then on day 4, we're going to talk about how to be fully sold that the non-diet approach to food, to body, to health is the right way for everybody. And here's, if I can tell you just one thing, right? One thing about day 4 where we are the power of believing in the non-diet approach is this one. You can only take your client as far as you've taken yourself. So if you have a crack in your level of belief that the non-diet approach may not work for this or for that or this or that, that is your limiting space where you can go with your client. Which means that if you have crack in your own belief, when I say crack, I mean gap. If you have a gap in your own belief of the non-diet approach, it will limit the people that will believe you when you go out and talk about your program and your business, because they will feel it and you're not fully sold. And here's where I find where most professional and coaches, that gap in belief is coming from. Number 1 is because they have coached themselves through their own journey with intuitive and body image. They have not worked with a coach or a professional. So they've only taken themselves as far as they were willing to push themselves. And that creates a gap because you don't know what it is or what does it feel like to go on an intuitive eating coaching journey with somebody that's more advanced than you. You don't know what your client will feel because you've never been working with a coach or a professional to help you. And the second reason why there's a gap in belief is because there's no coaching framework that holds the way you work with people. So a great example of that is intuitive eating. Many of the coaches and professionals I work with have read the intuitive eating book, and perhaps they've done the intuitive eating certification with Evelyn, which is not a coaching program. It's a certification. So it's very intellectual. They've done that, and then they go out and work with people, and then they hit a roadblock because their client is not exactly the same as them. And they don't know what to do because they don't have a coaching structure behind this that enables them to customize the intuitive eating principle for this individual in front of them, or how to find out why they're stuck. They don't have that structure, that framework that allows the coaching relationship. And that's the true reason why there's a gap 90% of the time. So I'm going to talk about those and how to go get a coaching structure and framework to help you face any client. And then on day 5, it's going to be a massive Q&A all about coaching and selling. We'll be gathering all the questions from the people attending the event, and then I'm going to answer them. But I'm going to talk about 2 very important elements, which is how to make a decision, a quality decision in our business. I recently, through our mastermind and mentorship program, realized that many people don't know how to make quality decision in their business. And I'm fortunate that I have worked for 15 years in the corporate world. So I have a deep understanding of business, and I realized that was a gap. So now I'm speeding my way through teaching everyone how to make quality decision in their business, and I want to teach it to you on day 5. And then we're going to talk about how to set goals in your business, and I have a fun thing to teach you: clean versus dirty goals. I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be the perfect ending to this 5-day training event. So you got to join us. It's $47 and you're getting all of this, and you're getting lifetime access to the recording, and you're going to join the Facebook group, meet other people, and until May the 27th, you will also have access to all the things, all the recording of all the mini events that we've done in the Facebook group. So if you want to join us, hopefully I sold you. The link to register is in the show note, or you can go to stephaniedose.com/non-diet coach 5-day training. So hopefully I'll see all of you in that 5-day event. And if you're listening to this later, perhaps, I am not sure, but there's a chance that we will package this training to be available on demand after, but I'm not sure. So if you're listening to that post-event, you can email us at info@stephaniedose.com and ask my team if it is available. They will send you the link and you'll be able to purchase that training. So I'll see you on the other side. You get it now. Diet culture sucks, and you want to stop promoting diet culture and be the cause of your clients or patients' distress. You want to do what's right for your people, and you know it first starts with you. And that's awesome. And we have a program to help you just do this and reach your business goals. The Non-Diet Mentorship Program is an epic coaching container I created exclusively designed for health entrepreneur, coaches, or professional mastering their own journey with diet culture, food, and body image, while also learning to build and grow their business with ethics so they have a massive impact. And our next cohort will begin July 4th, 2022. Our program is by application only through our waitlist, as we only accept a maximum of 30 students per cohort. You can find the detail at stephaniedodier.com/mentorship or using the links in the show notes. Maybe I'll see you on the other side. Ready to shed diet culture from your practice and help more clients do the same? Awesome. We've got free resources to get you started. Simply go to stephaniedodier.com/pro series, all in one word, and access our 3 free training classes that are currently available. We also have a free PDF guide to intuitive eating, an article about the non-diet approach. We also offer a variety of paid programs throughout the year to support you in your journey to undiet your coaching practice. Join us at stephaniedodier.com/pro series, and I'll see you on the other side.